South Carolina Weather Watchers. I'm the host for South Carolina Weather, Jesse Peterson. Let's go ahead and talk about the weather for your Wednesday evening going into your Thursday. Looking at the radar right now, as you can see, South Carolina is looking pretty good. We do have some showers popping up just to the east of Columbia, just to the north of Sumter as well. And we have this huge, kind of just like beloved rain moving out to the east of South Carolina right now. And it's kind of not really doing a lot after all the severe weather happened. I do want to go ahead and talk about some of the damage reports as well. We did have a damage report up here in Spartanburg along I-85 near I-26 intersection. Numerous small to somewhat large limbs down in the area seems to have caused power outages, dime-sized hail. And then also over here near Rock Hill, spotter reported of several trees down along Shelley Mullis Road in Indian Land. And then over here inside actual Lancaster, South Carolina Highway Patrol reported a tree in the roadway at Flat Creek Road and McCowan Lane. Time estimated by radar. So at this point, we're just gonna wait and see what happens. See what kind of damage reports they can pull out, and we may talk about that tomorrow. Just determines on what's going on. We have a kind of a weird shaped tornado watch, as you can see over here, kind of into like Tennessee, northern Alabama, northern Georgia, going into southern Illinois and Indiana, as well as Missouri, Oklahoma, and down into Texas as well, just near Dallas as well. We do have some strong storms up here in Virginia, some severe thunderstorm warnings up here in Des Moines, and some winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings up there inside of Montana, Wyoming, all of those places. Let's go ahead and talk about the winter weather, though. Let's go to the winter weather radar and see what's going on. So, over here for the East Coast is looking relatively okay. We do have some showers up there inside the Northeast and some severe storms. There were severe storms inside of Connecticut today, Massachusetts. Rhode Island was seeing some severe storms. New York, at least the northeastern part, saw some strong storms. So we did have some strong storms up there in the Northeast today, which is not what they're used to seeing at all. And obviously South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia did see some, but Florida was relatively clear today. Same thing with southern Georgia and southern Alabama, and mainly Mississippi as well. We've had some quiet period today, and the southern deep south going into Florida. Here's this storm system right here as well. And then here's our storm system up here inside the northeast. Not the northeast, the northern plains. And then we do have some snow over here inside of the rocky regions as well. So, going on ahead and moving on forward, let's go ahead and talk about our cloud cover. Cloud cover right now it's showing some kind of moderate cloud cover, mainly over there for like Myrtle Beach, up there into the upstate as well as seeing some moderate cloud cover. Some low clouds as well cannot be ruled out for some areas as well. Low cloud / fog. Here's our cloud cover, our total percentage. Here, if we're going ahead and push it forward, you can see that cloud cover is kind of starting to take over the northern part of South Carolina. But then as we push it forward, you can see that we do have the cloud coverage does start to shift more into South Carolina going into tonight and going into tomorrow as well. We will see some very cloudy skies, honestly. We might not even see a cloud in the sky going into tonight and early tomorrow morning. Not a cloud, but a clear sky. Yeah, a clear sky. Inside going into tonight and tomorrow. And even looking at the 17th hour, you can even see that most of us is covered up. So it's going to be a very cloudy day tomorrow. Here's our current temperatures: 80 in Columbia, 79 in Charleston, 77 in Myrtle Beach, 77 in Rock Hill, 77 in Greenville, 79 in Anderson, 82 Augusta, 79 inside of Savannah. Here's our low temperatures though for tonight. The low temperatures are showing around a good 71 in Columbia, 73 Charleston, Myrtle Beach, 74 Hilton Head, 70 in Aiken, 68 in Greenville, 67 in Spartanburg, 68 in Rock Hill, as well as 68 up down there in Greenwood as well. Here's our forecasted precipitation for the next 24 hours. Forecast precipitation can bring around half an inch to an inch for the Greenville-Spartanburg area, Rock Hill region, as well as the Chirrah region, as well as the Anderson region. You can see around a quarter of an inch to a half an inch, going all the way from pretty much most of the Midlands. You can see around a good quarter of an inch to the inch, quarter of an inch to a half an inch for the next 24 hours. And same thing down there for the Low Country PD region, around a tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch. And this is where we start to get to the main part of the forecast, because now we talk about severe weather. And in terms of severe weather, we have an enhanced risk of severe weather for northern South Carolina today. That's we have not seen an enhanced risk at all this year, I believe. But this may be our first ever enhanced risk, unless the January one, which I think, no, January we did have an enhanced risk, I'm pretty sure. So actually, no, I think this is our second enhanced risk of the year. And this does come with a 2% chance of tornadoes, a little 5% up there for the Blue Ridge Mountains, a 30% chance of damaging winds, and a 15% chance of seeing some hail as well. That slight risk, see around a good 15% chance for damaging winds and hail, and that marginal risk, a good 5% chance of seeing damaging winds and hail. But that's not it. So we're not even close to being done with the severe weather yet. We still have tomorrow as well, to where we have an enhanced risk of severe weather for mainly like places like Beaufort, Islandale, and Hilton Head Island. That does come with a 2% chance of tornadoes, 15% risk of damaging hail, and a 30% risk of damaging winds as well. So honestly, we're gonna have to watch out for that, because this is something that I think the main timing around this is gonna be around the noon, so around like 12 o'clock or so. So yeah, an enhanced risk, but everyone inside South Carolina, just because you're not inside the enhanced risk, you're still under a slight risk of severe weather. That does, again, come with the 2% risk of tornadoes, 15% risk of damaging winds, and mainly like half the state, mainly the bottom half, 15% risk for damaging hail. And then here is our excessive rainfall. Here's our day one. We're inside of a marginal risk of excessive rainfall for just north of Columbia, Greenwood, up there in Rock Hill as well, 15% for Spartanburg, Greenville, Anderson. Here's our day two. We have a marginal risk of excessive rainfall. That's mainly for like Columbia, Greenville, Augusta. Day three includes Charleston, Mount Pleasant, down towards Hilton Head Island, and Beaufort. Day four, we're good. The entire United States won't be seeing any. And then day five, that is for Texas down there, for just to the east of Austin and north of Houston. So let's go ahead and talk about the future. So the future right now is showing around, going into around tomorrow at around noon, or even around 8 o'clock. There goes that storm system pass by, and then once as we get into May 10th at 2 o'clock, another storm system goes through, and we go past, and then there goes another storm system right here around the May the 14th. You have to watch out for some rain showers and potentially some thunderstorms there. And then as we go into this next storm system right here, May the 17th, potential for some severe weather in now like Alabama, Georgia. But we're just gonna have to watch out for that. If you're in that, if you know anybody inside of those regions. The northwest is going to try and see some cold air from the northwest try to come down into the United States, but it's not really making it. That warm air for mainly most of the United States is pretty much holding it off. I mean, look at this nice dry period. Of course, when like most of the U.S. is going to be having a dry period, we're going to be over here having some rain, and then once our rain goes, we're going to be in a dry period. Pretty much everyone will be inside of a dry period, except for this top region up here, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa. We're going to be clear of all the rain around this time, and then also the Pacific Northwest will be starting to receive their little bit of rain as well. But we're going to have a nice quiet period going into like May, I'd say from around May the 18th going into around May the 20th. The 19th is going to be looking fantastic, except for if you're in the north, or if you know anybody inside the north. And then here's some very detailed, this is a very low resolution model, so you don't really see stuff like this that often. So this is very detailed, but we're still 300 hours out, so this is going to change. But that's going to push off and then everything else is just way too far out to talk about. So once this storm system right here passes us, we have another one that comes through on around May the 10th, and then May the 14th is going to try and bring something. And then May the 17th will try to bring something as well. And then after that, everything else is just a bit too far out to talk about. So those are your rain days as well, if you need a plan for anything. And that's pretty much all that I have. I do not see anything inside the chat, any types of chats or anything like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and head on out. So let me refresh it one time just to make sure that I'm not missing anything. No, I'm not missing anything. So I'm going to go ahead and head on out. Hopefully everyone has a fantastic, Wednesday night, or Thursday. Again, the timing for the storms tomorrow are going to be around 12 o'clock. I was going to go ahead and end it off, but I forgot, and I'm going to go ahead and show the model real quick and just do that one thing, and then we'll be out. So I'm going to go ahead and push this forward, go to here. So this is for tomorrow, for the severe storms for tomorrow. Once we push that forward, you see, just a couple of lingering showers and storms around like 12 o'clock. But then those are going to push out. But then there goes the big storm that we're watching for going into tomorrow as well. So, I mean, you just go ahead and push it forward. You can see that once it pushes through, I mean, this thing is going to be packing wind. It's going to be packing hail. It's going to be packing everything in. Mind you, this is 4 a.m. So this is going to be very, 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 very early. And then look at this round behind it as well. So once this round right here is gone, we're not done because we have another round right after that that's going to come through. So again, here's 5 a.m. It's going to be storming. I mean, just absolutely storming up a storm up here for like Lancaster, all the way up into like Charlotte as well. Once that thing goes through, we're going to have to watch out for some damaging winds and some hail. Going through regions like Lincolnville, Ridgeville, Somerville, Charleston, Walterboro, Hampton, Estill, and this could potentially bring some large hail as well. So you're going to have to really watch out for that. That's why we're under that slight risk of severe weather. Definitely going to be some very bad storms going into tomorrow. This is around 2 o'clock to when it reaches like the Somerville, North Charleston area. And then once it gets to Columbia, it's going to be around 12 or so, around that time. Myrtle Beach and Conway around like a good 3 o'clock is around when y'all got to watch out. Beaufort around 3 o'clock as well. So the entire state needs to be watching out for a big line of storms to move through tomorrow. And once this thing moves by, it's going to move past like Savannah, go all the way down there. And then you might think that that's also it, but no, look at this right here, trying to bring some more thunderstorms into the 10th as well, which is why we're under a marginal risk of severe weather going into the 10th as well. And shoot, that's going to pack a punch as well. So that's pretty much it. It's going to be a very stormy, and severe storms are probably likely at this point. So we're just going to have to watch out from that. And we did just get a new chat, so let's go ahead and check that out now. Go ahead and check that out. Cousin Cheryl's the only one in there. She says, "Good evening, weatherman. I hope you had a wonderful day. Keep up the good work. Love listening to you. Love you much, your cousin Cheryl." Thank you for that. I did not mean to call you out like that yesterday as well. I said, I wasn't, I guess I was just not paying attention or not doing something, but I get what you were trying to say yesterday, but I called you out, so that's my bad on that. But that's that. And I'm gonna go ahead and end this off. Everyone have a fantastic Wednesday night. But hold on, wait a minute. We got another chat real quick. Let's go ahead and go back real quick. I can almost forget. What time can we in Somerville expect the storm to be over? That's a great question. I'm gonna go back real quick and show that off. So here we go, starting off on the 18Z. So tomorrow, all right, let's go ahead and just move this thing forward all the way. So you start around 2 o'clock or so. Watch out for some large hail, and then it should be over around, like, the main part of the storm should be over, getting to around 3 o'clock. But then there's going to be some more rain behind it as well, but it's not going to be as strong as when the line of storms come through. So again, damaging winds are the main threat. And I mean, in terms of like severe gusts as well, severe gusts is also have to be something that you're going to have to watch for as well. I'm just going to go ahead and get this thing loaded up real quick. But yeah, wind gusts are also going to have to be something that you're going to have to watch for. There it goes as it pushes through. And a good, just to the south of Walterboro, you can see a gust of up to 60 to 70 miles an hour. And I would not be surprised at all if that line segment produces, in this entire area, going to have to watch out for a good 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gust throughout this entire area as well. But that's pretty much it. Let me see, there's no other chats, so if you have any chats, I will be here. I'll be here for about another 5 minutes to answer any other questions, if you have any other. But that's it. So everyone have a fantastic Wednesday, and I will be back tomorrow morning for your Thursday morning forecast update. We are getting closer and closer to the weekend.